Yeah. That's a feeling that you get when you're downswinging. It's like no matter what you do, like you just lose. It just like something's not going to go your way.
Yeah.
You'll have a hot start and then you'll get coolered or you'll get sucked out on for a huge pot where the money has to go in.
Yeah, I felt that way before too, where you're playing poker and
you feel helpless.
You get dealt kings and you're like, well, here we go. About to lose a fat sack.
I read Hail Mary years ago.
You did? Did you like it?
I loved the book. I read it. I just picked it up because I thought it looked interesting.
The movie's amazing.
I didn't know they were making a movie.
Yeah.
And I went and saw the movie by myself a few nights ago.
Wait, on Tuesday?
Yeah.
I went by myself on Tuesday too.
Really?
Yeah.
A Regal?
No, I went to Village.
Village?
Yeah, it's I went to
Regal.
Alamo Draft House. We could have gone together, dude.
Yeah, I maybe it was Sunday night or no, Tuesday night, I think.
Did you cry during the movie?
No, I read the whole book. Like I was more critiquing and like, okay, they put this in and they didn't put this in.
Taking the glasses off.
You shouldn't take the glasses off.
I don't think anyone's gonna want to watch me look like this.
You
know what, dude? Has any style of sunglasses been done more damage than the PC principle to these guys right here? I mean, the PC principle took these motherfuckers out, dude.
I don't know what the PC principle is.
Pull up the PC principle, Brandon. Show him. Look at this.
Okay, I remember this.
I look exactly like the PC principle.
The PC principle.
Oh my God.
I like it. You're not as jacked.
How are your NFTs doing?
So good. Yeah, they're doing so well. I don't even look at the price anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know they're gonna make me rich one day. Just a matter of time.
Well, I know the
time and pressure.
The market for online drawings of cartoon cats is going through the roof at any moment. So buckle up, buddy. Non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, sorry about my voice. I got a bit under the weather.
Too much jizz. You were.
No, my girlfriend went on a little trip, and I think I don't know. Whenever she goes away, I think I get sick. Is that a thing? Can you ask AI if that's a thing?
You're the gayest guy ever.
I might be.
I think you are.
Do gay men get sick when their girlfriends leave them?
I think they do. Do guys get UTIs? Is that what your search suggestion was, Brandon?
It's the AI Google film.
Yes, men can experience significant physical and mental health issues when a partner leaves or after a breakup. Studies indicate that relationship separation increases risk of depression, loneliness, high inflammation levels, and even suicide. Well, this is going to be the last episode of the T1K pod because I'm going to kill myself. No.
When your boyfriend leaves town, do you get really stressed out?
No, never. He always comes back.
Okay.
Yeah. No, no, hopefully it'll all be fine. She'll be back.
I hope.
Right?
She's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You sounded like shit.
Yeah, I haven't felt good. I woke up I'm not feeling my best on Monday, and then I played, and then Tuesday I woke up feeling like real shit. And what is it, Thursday now?
Yeah.
Today's Thursday. Well, it's Saturday, obviously, because that's when this episode comes out.
Yep. Saturday. Well, happy Saturday, boys.
I'm starting to feel better. I think my voice sounds weird.
Well, dude, there was a thing where I was just absolutely fucking beat. Like Monday night, I went to bed and I didn't sleep good. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I couldn't go back to bed. And so I texted you guys at 9. I'm like, hey, I'll come. I'll be there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be in rough shape. So, and then you guys were like, also both chimed in. You're like, we're both in rough shape.
For you though, there was no empathy.
You said you were feeling like shit too. That's
but I wanted to force you to feel like shit. Suck it up. But
thanks,
anyway,
man.
We compromised.
We compromised, and now we're here. How's poker going, man? Did you play?
I played 4 times last week. I won 3 out of 4. All like small sessions. The variance is very little right now. All the sessions are ending around even or up or down a few thousand. I'm having some big swings during the sessions, but end result has been very close to even for like the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's just kind of just the wave.
So one thing that I've kind of noticed is like with stand-up shows in particular right now, it feels like there's a broader economic pullback that hasn't really shown itself that much in like the stock market, but you can feel it on like a person-to-person level. It just feels like people don't have as much money and they're not coming out to shows. Do you feel that in poker? Like, can you ever notice like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's seasons where like everyone's flushed and then there's seasons of everyone's broke or cash poor and the games dry up during different seasons. And then they get replenished, or the markets are going well, or crypto's pumping. But yeah, it heavily affects the action in the size of games. And you kind of just notice throughout the year, different parts of the year, the games will be kind of dead, and then all of a sudden the games will be lively again.
They start picking up.
Yeah.
Is it the kind of thing like where, like strip clubs do the best right after payday, or where there's a middle of the month payday?
I heard one of the saddest things about strip clubs the other day. What was it? Okay, so I was at a private game, and one of the game girls, the waitresses, also bartends at a strip club. And she said that the slowest day of the year at strip clubs is Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So it's dead. It's dead during Valentine's Day, and then the day after it's lively again. So and then you're like, wait, what? And then you're like, oh, all the boyfriends and husbands are spending time with their significant other on Valentine's Day. And then as soon as Valentine's Day is over, they're back in the strip club.
Back to the strip club.
And it's so disheartening. It's like, okay, this day I have to go spend with my wife, or I have to go spend with my girlfriend. So the strip clubs are just completely empty.
So I went to a strip club on one of the slowest days of the year. So this was, I think, 2013. There was a guy that lived in my neighborhood, and he was moving. And he was moving out like the day after Christmas. So that was the plan for his family. Like we spend Christmas night here, and then the day after Christmas, the movers come in, we throw everything in boxes, we're gone, we're leaving, right? Uh-huh. So on Christmas Eve, I get a text. He goes, hey, so you guys know I'm moving on the 26th. Christmas night, wrap everything up with your families. We're doing what I want to do. And I was like, okay, we'll do what you want to do. So around 6 o'clock in the afternoon, he shows up in my driveway and pulls in. We get in the car, and I'm like, where are we going? He goes, we're going to the strip club. So,
and you're dead sober?
Dead? No, it's Christmas in 2013. I'm hammered.
So there's a bag of Coke involved.
Yeah. So
2013.
2013. Joe hadn't done Coke yet.
How old are you?
I was 20.
Okay.
I just gotten back from China too. So I'd been in China for the whole year and had been back in the United States for like 2 weeks.
Did you speak Chinese to the strippers?
No. But we get in the car and we're driving over there, and he won't tell
Mandarin.
me. And so we get there and we show up at the strip club, and I didn't realize this, but the strip club in my town in Springfield, Mass, closes for 12 hours a year.
Christmas
from 6 a.m.
to 6
p.m. It's a 24-hour strip club. It closes for 12 hours so that the strippers can be with their families. We showed up at like...
What families? Okay.
We showed up at 6:30. There's a lot of families for people, single moms at the strip club working, you know. We showed up, and it was one of the most just like depressing scenes I've ever seen like in my life. It's rough. It was probably very similar to Valentine's Day.
The strippers are all showing like their photos of the kids to each other and their presents?
No, so the strippers were not that sad actually, because like a lot of the strippers were young ladies who didn't have any kids. What was sad was the men that were at the strip club on Christmas. It was guys who had become estranged from their families, people who weren't allowed to see their kids. And so you walked in there at like 6:30 and we're like
no one's there celebrating.
We're hammered and trying to we're there celebrating.
But none of the other guys are celebrating. It's more, yeah.
The vibe between us and the rest of the strip club was so fucking crazy. And there was a guy that lived in our neighborhood too that must have been like in his late 40s that had gotten divorced that year, and he came and met us. And we should not have invited him. I mean, he paid for everything because he was just dismally depressed. Like he was throwing money at all the strippers and stuff and paying for drinks. But yeah, truly like one of the roughest vibes I've ever seen strip club on Christmas. Oh, it sounds like a fun story.
Yeah, I don't ever want to experience that.
And dude, truthfully, genuinely, I had not gone to a strip club I'd gone to a strip club on like a bachelor party maybe once or twice. But the first time that I'd gone, it fucked me up so bad going on Christmas Day that I didn't go for like 10 years. And the first time I'd gone outside of a bachelor party was the time that we went on like a Wednesday just for fun.
Oh, was that last 2024?
I think it must have been 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That one actually rocked. That was unbelievable.
We had a fun time.
It was really fun.
That was a good time.
Because I went in just being like, man, the strip club sucks. And then...
It's like, not when you have a lot of money.
We had a blast.
And you're like, I don't have a lot of money. I was like, you do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a good time.
Yeah, that was...
Doug came out with a video. Did you see it?
I did watch it.
Yeah. Like 250,000 people watched it already. Yeah. So obviously there's that important date that he mentioned, April 9th, which they have to, bring charges or... They have to shit or get off the pot, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then he tripled down on his personal guarantee of the chips and the tournament earnings. Basically, yeah, backing the entire all players' funds. So that's comforting.
Yeah.
That he's consistently said the same thing about that.
Well, I think it's there were a couple things that really stood out to me in this video. One being he kind of addressed the idea that TCH is in some way colluding with the feds to get them shut down.
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense.
And
especially them being in the same county.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't realize that TCH was also in Williamson County. So he basically pointed out that, hey, like if they were to do this, if they were to have some sort of in with the feds and in some way collude to shut down the lodge, it would be a recipe for disaster for their business, because the next logical question would be like, okay, why aren't they shut down? And then any complaint against them would get them shut down immediately. Yeah. So TCH is obviously terrified too. I mean, I think Doug really nailed it on this, because in like one sweeping motion, he sort of dismissed all the crazy conspiracy theories while like, I think providing like some sorts of security about the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because when the lodge furloughed all of its employees, I thought that decision was coming from Doug. I thought Doug was going, hey, we're laying everyone off because we can't pay everyone. And if we're laying everyone off and we're closing the doors, the intention is to close forever. And he's like, that's not the plan at all. We're trying to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think there was some light at the end of the tunnel with that video. And, like you said, we just got to wait and see what happens. But, the scales are heavily weighted towards it not being federal, because why would they not, also shut down San Antonio?
Yeah.
That wouldn't quite make sense.
It's county by county. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds local. And then, yeah, I mean, why would TCH be involved in being in the same county, and it's not good business for them in the long run.
No,
because it jeopardizes their long-term status.
It wouldn't
for a club to go down.
And I definitely want to like clarify too that
right across the street,
in one of the videos where we were talking about the lodge, we did talk about the Attorney General Ken Paxton having events at TCH, and the fact that like there's going to be a World Series of Poker tour stop at TCH.
Yeah.
And we weren't saying that to say like, okay, this is like blatant collusion with the federal government or blatant collusion with the Texas AG. It's an observation though. And it's an observation that like, hey, you know, if there's this much ties to the government when they decide which doors to knock down, that's going to have a pretty big impact on it.
Yeah. We did a bunch of write-in questions, I think.
Yeah.
I think we should get to them. I think we've covered the lodge stuff quite a bit.
Pretty aggressively, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
You want to read this one?
I'll let you do it today.
Okay. All right. Hey, this is Kevin from Southern California. What are your thoughts on playing private clubs through poker apps, Poker 2? Do you have any experience worth sharing or advice for protecting us recreational players? Thanks in advance. Really enjoying the podcast when Joe shows up on time. Same here. Same here, Kevin. I do have experience playing on Poker 2 and a few other poker apps. It's been in years past. I do not like online poker. I play so much live. So my reasonings are kind of broad. I want to have a home life. I want to have a social life or a personal life. And if I'm playing a ton of live poker and playing on my phone when I get home, it just consumes all of my time.
Yes.
And I can't, be present in a relationship or friendships. So that's a big reason. The other is, I don't trust them. It's too easy to cheat. It's too easy to card share. If you're in clubs with people all over the country or people you don't know, they're so vulnerable to hacking and to card sharing. I talked to Tito about this, who's in cybersecurity, and he's like, those things are easily, with expertise, easily hacked or compromised. So if you are going to play in apps, I would want to know my opponents, know that, know who they are, know their faces, know that it's acquaintances and friends playing with each other.
Well, you talked at one point, I remember you were kind of dealing with this where there was a private online game that you would play in and there was a guy that had got banned and put back in, right?
Yeah. I mean, that happens all the time. And you get kicked out for winning too much.
No, but you said you didn't trust this particular character and that he got the boot from your game and then he got put back in.
Into a online game or a live game? What are you talking about?
I believe it was throughout
the years
No, this was an online game where he'd been accused of cheating and using a solver while he was playing, and then he'd gotten a second chance and put back in.
Yeah, it's not really ringing a bell. But personally, I just don't trust them unless I know all the players playing. There are some smaller groups out there that they're all friends and they use apps to play against each other when they're traveling all around the world. I would say those are on the safer side, but in general, I just don't trust them. Too easy to cheat, and then it's also harder to get paid in certain circumstances. If you're running an app, people can stiff, easier because they never see your face. You're never really connecting.
Yeah.
And then, you have to make sure you trust the club owner who's operating the game. Because I'm sure that stiffing is just it's prevalent. And it's prevalent in live poker, so it's definitely going to be everywhere in online poker. So really trust the game runner. That's about it. That's all I got for that one.
Nice. Okay, hell yeah, let's go to the next one.
How did you build your bankroll, and how long have you been playing high stakes?
Noah from San Antonio.
San Antonio. How long did you build? Well, I've built my bankroll playing poker. I've been playing going on roughly 11 years full time. And high stakes, I would say, that's relative. So I mean, I'm gonna guess you're talking about like maybe 2550 and up, or 5000 and up. I would say I've been playing that for consistently for the last 4 years, 3-4 years consistently. But I've been playing games for the last decade where they start at 510 and then towards the end of the night, the straddles are 100, 200. So eventually, you know, the game is that big. But
well, dude, you even run into this at like on 1-1 games. Like I've
oh yeah, eventually the 10's on and the 20's on
all the time, man. I mean,
especially in Texas.
Well, yeah, it's nuts because people do these massive straddles, but I don't want to say that I have a massive problem with it, but it is annoying where you're playing 1-1 because you're not trying to lose $500 and then you end up just punting a bunch of money because just massive straddles keep getting put on. You're like, all right, this is not the game that I really signed up for. If you're a really good poker player and you're trying to make a pretty great hourly, I'm sure you look at like that as like a great game and it's great action. But if you're new and you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to learn the game, getting bogged down on a 1-1 game because people keep aggressively straddling or going all in all the time, or people keep buying out and buying back in, and all of a sudden you're in a 1-1 game, but there's 3 players with 600 behind them. That sucks. It's hard.
Yeah, I would, if I built my bankroll playing poker, and pretty much every time I've veered away from that, I've gotten crushed. So my investment life has not been very successful thus far. I'm continuing to take shots and I will never stop. And eventually I think,
what, your NFT collection's not doing well? What?
That's a sore subject.
JC.
It's not doing so hot. They make great poker chips though.
JC.
And they're cute little cats.
JC, did you bet the house on the Cool Cats collection?
I bet a little too much.
Did you bet the whole house on the Cool Cat? Please tell me. Please tell me you didn't bet the whole house on the Cool Cats collection.
I bet most of the house at the time. And then I had to start building another house. But I'm a gambler. I'm going to continue to take shots, and eventually, you know, one will work out, and maybe you'll see me playing a bit bigger.
Which reminds me, it would really mean a lot to JC if you started buying Ghostwrite collectibles on the internet. That would
and
help.
Cool Cats.
Big time.
If those things ever skyrocket, I got a bucket of those.
How much have you lost?
I have
NFTs?
so many Ghostwrites. Ghostwrite.
Don't say. Don't say.
Did I say Ghostwrite?
Ghost Boy. Ghost Boy.
I have Ghostwrite and Ghost Boy. I'm invested in all the ghost categories.
Yeah.
Okay, with what's been going on in Texas lately, have you considered moving and abandoning ship? Alan Talley. No, I love Texas. I love Austin. I feel home here. I want to eventually, you know, have a family here. This is home, and I'm not going anywhere. Next question.
Okay, so hold on. I want to dig into that one a little bit more, right? Because the attitude from Williamson County seems to be that the lodge, they're going to put a bunch of pressure on the lodge to try to shut it down. And let's say hypothetically, all of the public rooms in the state start getting this kind of pressure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's a million home games, million private games. And Texas was all private home games,
Pre-pandemic
underground games, pre-clubs.
Yeah.
These clubs haven't been around forever. Poker's not going anywhere. It's just whether it's going to stay in the light or go back in the shadows. So it's not going anywhere.
Well, I think like with stand up, right? I imagine a world where, let's say Rogan is like, you know what? Austin is great. We've had a great time here, but the attitudes towards weed and the government, it's a little bit much. We're taking the show. We're moving it to Colorado, right? And then let's say, obviously, Tony Hinchcliffe follows suit, and then the Mothership and Sunset close. And let's say every single club in Austin closes except, you know, Velveeta and what was here before, Cap City. And yeah, I think in my head, I would go, I love it here. I love my friends here. I love what's going on here. I would want to stay, and we could build a really great independent scene, but I don't think it would work for us, just because I don't think the demand would be there without like a central machine like driving all of that demand, right?
Yeah.
Is it what's different about poker? Is it that the attitude for the game, like the demand for the game, is totally independent of the big card houses?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's the demand's not going to change. I mean, I talked to somebody about this recently. I think what would happen if the clubs went under, and I mean, it would be good for the players. I think pros would move. I think the pros that moved here for poker would move away. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think the games would be great and not be really affected that much. Besides poker, like Austin is booming. There's so much money and investment coming into Austin, and entrepreneurs and tech, and I mean, so Austin's booming whether poker goes down or not.
Yeah, I think one of the massive advantages of being here that people don't talk about is over the last 5 years, Austin has built an unbelievable amount of housing in and around downtown. And so the amount of population that Austin can handle is just going up, 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 up. And they sort of anticipated massive population growth over the last 4 years, and it hasn't grown that much. And it's been the best thing ever for the comedy community. I mean, Brandon can attest to this. It's like me and Dean share a 2-bedroom apartment that's $1950 total. And if we were going to try to live in any major comedy scene, $1950 wouldn't get us anywhere close to the epicenter. We're right in it, you know? It's amazing.
Yeah, you'd live in like a box in New York.
Yeah.
It would fucking suck.
Hello. Nice.
This is Gael from Natal, Brazil. I play low stakes profitably, but I am not a pro. I'm currently experiencing a downswing, and I usually take a break from the game when this happens. I'm thinking about just playing through this one. What do you think?
Ooh. What are your thoughts?
I'll read what I want to read.
Gail from Natal.
Hello, Gael. How you doing?
Viva Brazil, Viva Brazil.
Is this a girl or a guy?
I think Gael's a guy's name.
Gael? Is it Gael or Gail? Gael.
Pull up a photo of a man named Gael, Brandon.
We're going to go man.
No, just look up Gael and see what shows up, dude. Masculine.
I apologize.
Look up Gael. I want to see the first Gael that comes in.
Masculine.
Wow.
Nice.
Dude, you look great.
Dude.
Cool.
You're a badass. You can definitely play through this downswing.
It's Brazilian Nathan for you over there on the left.
Dude, you're... Okay. All right. Back to the question. So I think we've talked about this before on the pod. It's, where your mental state is at, is what you got to be aware of. There's days where, like I'll be going, poker's going great. I'll be having profitable sessions, I'll be on an upswing, but let's say something happens in my life, personally, that throws me off and that puts me in a really bad state. I will stop playing poker. I'll take a week off or take time away. So it doesn't have to just be a downswing that takes you away. You just need to be aware of your mental state. If you feel good, if you are sitting down to play poker and you have you're in a positive mindset and state of mind, where you're not like negative thoughts aren't bombarding you. You're not feeling like no matter what you're going to lose, and you feel and you feel sharp and ready, then yeah, keep playing. I think
that's not a good thought to have at the table, no matter what I'm going to lose.
Yeah, that's a feeling that you get when you're downswinging. It's like no matter what you do, like you just lose. It just like something's not going to go your way. Yeah, you'll have a hot start and then you'll get coolered or you'll get sucked out on for a huge pot where the money has to go in.
Yeah, I felt that way before too, where you're playing poker and
you feel helpless.
You get dealt kings and you're like, well, here we go. About to lose a fat sack.
When you're confident and you're upswinging, it's the opposite. You take a bad beat or a cooler and you look right past it and you don't harp on it. You don't focus on it. You're immediately on to the next hand, looking for that next spot. That's the type of mind frame you want to be playing in. I would say, some things to just focus on when you're downswinging is the things you can control. So what are you doing before the session? Are you getting good sleep? Are you getting a workout in before the session? Are you meditating? Whatever it is that you do to kind of clear your head and get present, just focus on the things you can control.
So how do you balance sleep into the equation? Because I feel like that's an extremely difficult thing to do well as a beginner in stand-up and in poker. Whereas once you're doing comedy full time, if the schedule starts pushing a little bit further back where the shows are at 8 and 10 and you're getting home at midnight, you just go, all right, well, now I go to bed at 1:30 or 2 every day.
Yeah.
And I wake up at 10. But when you're working full time to try to pay for playing poker, if the games start going late till 6 a.m. and you got work in the morning, how do you sleep?
The sleep thing is definitely a luxury and something you can focus more on later in your poker career. Because I remember coming up, I would just play as much as humanly possible, and the sleep would kind of go to the wayside.
Sleep comes third.
Yeah, that's true.
At that point in your life, when you're working full time and playing poker full time, or trying to become a professional poker player, so you're at a job 40 hours a week and then playing poker as much as you can, is there any room for anything else in your life? Are you still hanging out with your friends? Do you have a girlfriend? Is any of that even possible?
It's possible. It's just stressful.
Yeah.
It puts on stress and, it's tough. That was a big, a difficult part of my first relationship was the amount of hours and the time it took away from life. But, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it, man.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
You really gotta love the game. Good luck. Gael. Sorry.
Tall Paul here was a PLO reg at the Lodge for the last 3 years and played on the Lodge local stream. How do you find private PLO games where the stakes are big enough that it's not a rake trap? How do you get into those games while being confident the game is clean? Great question.
Well, you be a good hang. You ask around at local public clubs for bigger private action. You just make friends and you socialize and you talk to people. That's how I did it. Private games are always looking for players. And then I would say, when you first play, once you get into the games, play them till they break, or try to play them. As long as possible, because a game that's a rake trap can turn into a super profitable position later at night.
So what does a rake trap mean?
A rake trap is when the house is taking too much from the pot compared to the stacks and the size of the pots. So if you're playing a game where they're taking $50 a hand, which is common in the private scene world, well, if the stack sizes are like 5K and you're playing pots of a few $1,000s, 50 a hand is gonna wreck the game. It's gonna be the big winner over the course of a night.
Yeah.
But if you're playing stacks that are like 10 or 20K and you start to play 5-figure pots, 50 a
then
hand.
That's 1%.
50 a hand becomes easily beatable. And so, yeah, I mean, just pay attention, watch what they're taking, see, be aware of the stack sizes, be aware of the action, how good the action is at the game. And then know that like the games always get bigger throughout the night, and then the action typically increases throughout the night. So yeah, I think some mistakes some grinders or pros will make is they play the game for a few hours and they just write it off like that's a rake trap, that's bad value, the action was not good enough, they were taking too much. It's like, okay, well, did you see what happened at 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
Did you see the 1,500 big blind pot that a guy, that couldn't see straight played because he's been taking shots all night and he's just there to gamble?
Yeah.
Because then it becomes a super profitable spot if you can keep your head on straight and outlast them.
Well, so how do you know the difference between something that's going to be a rake trap at 8 at night and stay a rake trap all night and something that's going to turn into something super profitable at 3 a.m.? Do you just have to sit around, play kind of tight until the end of the night to figure out what the table's actually like? Or,
I mean, yeah, give the game a chance and play till it breaks.
Mm.
And then if the action doesn't get any better, and if the rate goes up and the action doesn't go up with it, you can just not go back to that game.
So question about like seat fees for Austin, right?
Yeah.
At the private clubs where they're doing seat fees, are the seat fees the same at the low stakes as they are at the high? So it's a way better value to play the high stakes games.
Oh yeah.
So like 1-1 is kind of a bad deal because the seat fee relative to the pot size is not great.
Sure. It's more value for the higher stakes players.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that the
kind
same?
of like a bank account? Everything's tilted in this world. It's like, oh, you have plenty of money? We're going to take away the fees and give you free shit.
Yeah. Like,
you don't have any money? Charges.
Oh yeah, dude. Overdraft fees. It's
yeah,
crazy.
It's wild.
I have two follow-up questions. Okay. So in public games in Las Vegas,
okay,
I'm sure the rake is a percentage. So it scales as you go up,
it's
right?
10% max. And then the max they take is like $5 to $7
per hand.
per hand. Yeah.
Wow. That's actually pretty cheap, right? Like how many hands do you play an hour?
No, it's more expensive than seat fees.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how many?
I don't quote me on this, but I remember when I was paying attention to all this back in the day, I think it was like $150 an hour or something like that.
Mm-hmm. People are playing 30 hands an hour?
Yeah, at least. That's at least. I don't know. I got to think about it.
Seriously. I wouldn't think it would be that much at all. I think
when I was playing private at Aria last summer, I think we were paying, I want to say like $250. No, was it $150 every down or $200 every down? Yeah, it might have been like $300 or $400 an hour. But we were playing big. We're playing 50, 100.
Yeah.
100 big blind ante, something like that.
Well, so does the 10% up to 5 or 7, does that scale up as you play bigger stakes? Like if you're playing, no, 100, 200.
The bigger stakes go to time. You pay time. You pay per 30 minutes or every down.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not a pot rake. It's just you throw in every 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then they don't touch the pot.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, regardless in poker, the higher stakes you play, the more profitable and the cheaper,
the higher you play in poker, the cheaper it is to play the game in comparison. And yeah.
Okay. Take notes.
Yeah.
And then, so like if you're playing 1-1, the best course of action might be literally just to play it like a super private, like a home game, basically.
No, probably not. I don't. It depends on the action.
Yeah.
I would say the 1-3 games in the private clubs around Texas are great. Lodge's 1-3 action was great. TCH's 1-3 action I think is good. The 1-3 is kind of where it's at. I think you can buy in for like 500.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just socialize, man. Ask people. Be friendly and strike conversations with other poker players and ask about private games and try, you're a PLO player, you want to play PLO, and just network.
So I guess one of the things that he's probably hinting at here is the PLO scene is substantially smaller than the Texas Hold'em game, than the Texas Hold'em scene. And so
not substantially. There's plenty of games.
Really? That are just strictly PLO?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. And yeah, I would just say play them late into the wee hours of the morning because the action gets crazy, and don't be afraid to pay the high, that what feels like a too high of a rake early on, because the games typically get crazy later at night and then become really worth it. But if you leave early, you never know.
All right.
Yeah.
I love hearing it. Well, hey, gang, it's been sweet seeing the views pick up and people actually watching the pod. It's fucking cool. Fun fact about the podcast, it took us 30 episodes to get from 0 subs to 100. And then it took us 10 episodes to get from 100 to 500. So we're picking up steam. Hopefully it continues. I'm glad that.
But if it doesn't, we'll still be here talking to each other.
We'll still be here. We'll be here at 2 episodes. All right.
Okay.
Yeehaw. Cool.
All right, guys. See you next time.